video's post shout outs go out to this person right here. Thank you so much for your love and support. Hey y'all, welcome back to another video where reactions me, where if you like, comment, subscribe, or support any type way to you a beast. And we back in the high with a woman who dropped the ball. She's a CEO that says she married a juvenile. She's telling her story time. And then she has a marriage license. So let's get into it. And all of it went down here. But let's get into what she had to say, and then we're gonna get into it.
Now I'm gonna tell y'all the full story of how I married my juvenile husband. Okay, y'all, so in 2023, I started working at the juvenile facility. My best friend, Justin, he already worked there. So he was like, bitch, just come on up here. It's fun as fuck. You ain't doing nothing. Just sitting on the pod, make sure the kids don't do shit or tell nothing or get into no fights. Mind y'all, I'm tiny. So I'm like, hell nah, bitch, I ain't breaking up no motherfucking fights. If they get to fighting, bitch, I'ma stand right there and watch their ass. He like, nah, it's cool, it's cool. So my dumb dingy ass done took my ass down there and got a job. So when I started off working, during my training weeks, they used to put me on T-pod and B-pod. But we have like this middle thing where the door is open. So I used to go around. I used to like make sure everybody in their cell, y'all hoes breathing, y'all cool with the little like, you know, every hour we got to do our round checks. But, you know, majority of the time we sit right there, watch TV until it's time to do our rounds. So in the mornings, that's the only time I actually have interaction with, you know, the inmates. I don't want to call them inmates. We just going to call them youth. So that's the only time I have, like, interaction with them for real. Besides the girls, because I fucks with the girls. Like, bitch, I'm roll them locks. Y'all can come out. So, we just gonna call him Kelly, which that is his fucking name. So, when I leave in the mornings, Kelly used to be getting ready for med pass. I never had, like, interaction, like, to where I'm actually on. At this point, I didn't have interaction to where I'm on his pod. So I only used to see him, like, through the door. So, like, he used to yell through the door and be like, Miss Fletcher, good morning. So, I'd be like, get out that motherfucking door. Y'all, at this point, y'all know I'm new, so I'm mean. Like, I'm mean. He'd be like, good morning, Miss Fletcher. By this time, he'll be seeing me come and go. And then, like, his window in his cell is, like, facing the parking lot. So, he can see when everybody come or when everybody go, like, so he knew, like, what kind of car I drive. I ended up getting cool with this supervisor. We just gonna call him G. And G used to be like, boo-boo, do you want to come in and run breaks for me? I'm like, shit, I ain't doing nothing long as I'm gone before 2, because, you know, Head Start get out of school at 2. Baby, I gotta be up out of here. I don't give a fuck if who ain't had they break. So I used to pull up and I used to run breaks for G. At this point, G like, it ain't no T-pod and B-pod. You about to go on all the pods because you got to do breaks for everybody. I'm like, okay, cool. So Kelly was in C-low. And, you know, everybody else is C-high, then it's B-high, then B-low. So I end up going to C-low where Kelly is. When I come on the pod, he never say anything to me. Like, you know, other boys be in my face or they be asking me to do this or page this person or text this person. Y'all know we not supposed to have our phones on the pod, so I used to play like I ain't have my phone. He'd be like, I know you got your phone. But one day, I think somebody was trying to talk to me or was saying something, and Kelly was like, get the fuck out her face. You see she not studying you. Mind y'all, I really wasn't studying nobody because I was still stuck on my baby daddy. So, in this particular day where he was like, get the fuck out her face, like, he was basically trying not to raise alarm because they was finna crunch somebody, which crunch mean they finna fight somebody. So, I'm peeping it, but I'm not peeping it because it was like the boy was trying to distract me while Kelly, he went in his room and put on his tennis shoes. He don't never wear tennis shoes. He always got his slides on. So, if he got them motherfucking strap 3000s, y'all know the ones that y'all granddaddy wear when y'all finna go to church or something, like them orthopedics. When he put them orthopedics on, you know somebody finna fight. So, at this point, I'm sneaking text and I'm trying to text my best friend because Justin in the pod across, and I'm like, I think they finna fight. But Justin was like, who? He thinking it's on my pod, but the whole time it's on his pod. I'm getting ready to call the code. He like, nah, Miss Fletcher, don't call the code. At this point, the fight done broke out in the next pod. Justin done got hit with the goddamn chair. So at this point, I'm like, Kelly, get the fuck out of my face because you know what you doing and I don't play about my best friend. So at that point, I never talked to him again. Like, I'm like, every time I come on that pod, I don't say. So Justin mad at me because he think I knew that they was finna fight, which I tried to text him and tell him. But y'all, the fight it happened so fast. Like, you can see through the glass. Like, cause my boys that's on my pod, which will be Kelly and them, they in the window. I'm like, y'all move. I'm trying to tell the people to pop the lock for the middle so I can go across. Bro, they done goddamn it picked up a blue chair. Y'all know them blue chairs. I don't know if y'all ever seen what the jail chairs look like, the little blue chairs. They picked a blue chair and then cracked Justin in the head. Mind you, Justin, he bald head, so he gonna fit it out. I'm like, y'all, go on lock down. Baby, them motherfucking boys holler and said, we ain't locking down shit. So at this point, I done got mad. I done unplugged the TV and pushed the game in the hallway. It's up with y'all done for the day. Don't say shit else to me. So I go on C high because at this point, I'm not dealing with C-Low. Like, I'm not dealing with y'all. So I'm doing my walkthrough or whatever. Kelly's sitting in the door, but he not seeing nothing. He just like, it's like a creepy ass look. Like, I know the look now because, you know, obviously I'm married to him now. So I know the look now. Like, it's like a bitch, I'm about to do something to you. So he like, can you plug the TV up? I look at him, keep on going. I go back on the other side. He ain't say shit else. So the next couple nights, because, you know, we work like 3 days on, 4 days the next, you feel me? So he tell Dunn, he like, damn, your best friend, she ain't fucking with us no more. Like, so leading up to the weeks, he getting ready to turn 18. And, you know, once they turn 18, they end up moving you. So the day I come in, he was getting moved. Well, no, the night before I come in, and then the next day I be leaving out before they get ready to move him. So the day he end up getting ready to turn 18, you know, when they turn 18, they move you because at this point you grown, you about to go to the big gym. So I come on the pod, everybody on the pod, they like, basically, you know how you do, like, your homeboys, if it's your birthday, you been in jail, you know, they make chi-chis, they make cakes and shit for you and shit like that before you get ready to go. So I'm standing by the shower. He ended up coming to where the shower was and was pouring the shit, like pouring his stuff out the noodles. And he was like, can I have your number? I'm like, no. He like, all right. Justin ended up coming in the door and was like, what y'all got going on? I'm like, I started laughing because at this point, I know we didn't have anything going on at this point. Yeah. So Kelly had this composition book when he was getting ready to leave, and it had like everybody numbers in it. Like, not everybody numbers, but like, you know, just the people, like the girl staff who gave him their numbers. So Justin worked day shift, I worked night shift, y'all. So when I was coming in, Justin like, and your dude gone. I'm like, did you get him my number? Justin like, hell nah, bitch, you said don't get that man your number, so I ain't give it to him. Y'all know Justin messy. So like later on that night, I'm at work or whatever, I get a DM from his page. I'm thinking he done got out of jail, me not knowing the charges that he facing. I'm about to tell y'all the charges that he facing. So the brother was on his page and he was like, baby 40 said, what's your number? Y'all gave that nigga my number so goddamn fast, I don't give a damn. Y'all, so he didn't call the first day. He called the second day, which would have been June 2nd because his birthday is on the 1st. Which that would have been the first official day that me and him was talking, like, on that type of time. So I come to work with him. I'm still thugging on C-Lo. Ted's like, I know you fuck with my homeboy. I'm like, who's your homeboy? Free Ted's, by the way. I'm like, who's your homeboy? He like, I know you fucking with baby 40. I know it. I'm like, bro, who the fuck done told you? Probably Justin done probably told his motherfucking ass. Because I told y'all Justin messy. So me and Demarion, we've been talking or whatever at this point. I didn't know that he was messing with the supervisor at this point. But, you know, Ted's messy. So he like, you know, baby 40 was fucking with the supervisor on the A shift. Because we would have been B shift. So he was fucking with the supervisor on A shift. I'm like, who the fuck is Gal? You feel me? Now I'm trying to figure out who Gal is. Okay, y'all, so at this point, I done figured out who Gal is. She's the supervisor on A nights, which I never see A nights because I only come in and run breaks for G on A days. So she ended up working overtime for us on B days. So I'm on my pod or whatever. At this point, I done came in. I'm on my pod. You know she a supervisor, so I guess they had to do paperwork or whatever the fuck they had to do. She came over there acting like she putting the paper on the goddamn door. Ted started laughing. Mind you, I've never seen this girl in person. I only seen her that one time. I've never seen her in person. So Ted started laughing. Ted can see my face. I'm like, is she gonna say something? Like, at this point, she trying to see me. I'm trying to see her. She like, who my nigga fucking with? I need to see this bitch. Kelly ended up calling me from jail, and he was basically trying to have like a simple conversation. But at this point, I'm mad as fuck. I'm like, why the fuck you ain't tell me you was fucking with the supervisor, blah, blah, blah. He like, I ain't fucking with her no more, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, why you wouldn't tell me off the rip, you feel me? Like, you was fucking with this girl. Like, they was really locked in. Because if you could read the messages from my previous post where his mama was like, if my brother go down there and get that money, blah, blah, blah. He was really fucking with this girl. So, I'm snapping. I'm like, ain't no motherfucking way, blah, blah, blah. I hung up. I ain't talked to him. So his mama ended up getting a text message from her and was like, tell Demarion don't act funny. She called him by his government name. She was like, tell Demarion don't act funny because he got a little girlfriend. As y'all can see in the messages. I don't care. If I'm telling a story now that's for something that happened in 2023, you gotta know I don't care. So I get a random text from G. G texted and was like, boo boo, is you coming in to run breaks for me? Mind y'all, I come in every Tuesday, so he knew I'm coming. He just wanted to clarify if I was coming or not. So when I got there, he already could tell I had an attitude. He was like, what's wrong? I was like, I just don't like this here. Like, I don't like. So he ended up walking me to the door, which would be B High, where this girl named Chicken Little was. So he opened the door and like my face is just like irritation because I do not feel like I work sneakers that pays you because I don't pay you. So I get on the pod or whatever, you know, I'm doing my breaks or whatever. I go to my next pod. I'm chilling. Next thing I know, they walking me and was like, we need you to come to admin. So I get downstairs to admin with all the big bosses said, and it's just this one lady with these gets on my nerves too. Like, girl, sit down somewhere. These little boys ain't looking at you. Well, they probably was because my husband said at one point when she was just a regular employee before she became a supervisor fat. She know what she be doing though. Yeah, so parents finally walked me to the bed. I get back here. Mr. We gonna call him W. So Mr. W hollered out and was like, have you had any contact with Demarion? I said, who is that? I don't know who that is. I said, who is that? He said, Demarion Kelly. I said, no, I don't know who that is. He said, Cell 6, Commodore's low. C low. I said, nah, I ain't had no contact with him. He said, well, we got an alert from the sheriff department that you had contact with him. I said, I don't know if he think I'm slow or what. I said, let me see the proof that y'all got. Like a Facebook picture that I posted. I told them, I said, that's my baby daddy. With the quickness. She hops on the phone and called who y'all. I don't know if it was the chicken look because, you know, she went on break first. Or she mad because she got cut off worse. So, yeah. And then it could have been the super to be playing like they happy for us or they cool. Ain't no telling with y'all hoes. Y'all be weird. So yeah, she put up the picture and he was like, well, we gonna have to put you on suspension until we get to the bottom of it. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm texting Justin. Justin flew up there. He like, nah. So at this point, they escorted me out the door. And fast, I'm like, nah, they playing on my top. Like, nah. In the midst of all this going on, I was still packing my stuff. Well, I think I had already moved to Clarksville because Kelly's from Clarksville. So I ended up moving up here. And I was just still working at the jail in Nashville. So Kelly finally called. I'm telling him what's going on. He was, man, y'all, about to hit the fan. Like, so much stuff that I didn't even know was going on at that jail. I mean, I kind of had, like, my speculations that it was going on at that jail. But I'm wanting to mind my own business. I don't know what these hoes do. So Baby, I started getting tea on all within them 2 weeks I was on suspension. Y'all think what I did was ruthless by talking to him while he was grown after he was moved? Oh, no, baby. That nigga was cash shopping, getting their hair done, getting their nails done, buying shoes. I mean, you a trick. And don't say I'm lying because I start dropping cash app receipts because at this point, y'all know I don't care. Well, on my 2-week vacation, at this point, I'm just getting the tea, you know, eating it up. Bitches was bringing in weed pens. Them hoes was getting things, was sneaking in cell phones, phone chargers. I'm going to show y'all where they be putting the little stuff outside and pick it up because at this point, it was a construction site outside. Yeah, this was acting like they wasn't going whole time. They receiving cash apps. I must go ahead and say this now. Yes, my husband was a trick. Like, that nigga was tricking. He getting nails done. He getting hair done. He buying shoes. And y'all would wonder, like, this nigga Juvenile, where he getting this money from? We gonna get into that later on. He done gave me his Instagram login at this point. So I'm on his Instagram. I'm being nosy. At this point, I'm his girlfriend. So why would I not be nosy? At this point, I just had to question him. I'm like, you was talking to all these. I was like, how many times have these girls? He like, the next week she quit. I'm like, because I'm thinking like, how, at this point, I'm thinking like, how, where, like, where was everybody at? Because it's like, we got cameras everywhere. I mean, we got blind spots too, but I'm like, they end up not calling me back. So at this point, I'm like, I'm already knowing I'm terminated. So I told to drop all these booking group chat. And that's exactly what I did. I added the two big bosses, and I just started putting everybody for they cash apps, they text messages. Any bitch my husband before me, bitch, I put your information in that chat. And I don't think nothing happened to them, but it was like one of the girls, they end up going on like a 2-week suspension, but they end up letting her come back. So Kelly ended up asking me to marry him in July, but I didn't take him serious because I'm like, we still going through our butterfly stage, and this nigga just jail talking at me. At this point, I'm doing whatever to be happy. So if this nigga making me happy right now and he want to marry me, I'm out for it. But I didn't take him serious until I got like a random call, and the chaplain was on the phone, and he was like, Mr. Russell said he want to marry you, and I sent all your paperwork down to the courthouse, so all you got to do is go to the courthouse and sign the paperwork, and you know, pay the money, and then boom. So I did that like on August 29th, and the man had scheduled us for August 30th to get married. So Justin, I went back to Clarksville, so Justin wanted to have like a what is it, like a bridal party, y'all. I was so drunk. I was late. I had this notary lady, her name is Cheryl. She met us down there at the jail because I ended up going to the jail to marry him. This like my first time seeing him in person, like since he left the Juvenile. Like, I had butterflies. No, we did not kiss. Like, no, we did not touch. Cheryl was on one side of the table. Demario was on the other side of the table. He's saying I do before the lady even read off the thing. I'm like, you gotta chill. Let her say what she gonna say. Like, y'all, I love him. Like, I ain't gonna cap, I love him at that point. I don't know, right now it's like kind of rocky, but I ain't gonna cap, I don't play about him. So Cheryl reading off the stuff, man, y'all, Justin couldn't come in because Cheryl would have been the witness. So I couldn't bring no witnesses in, but y'all, it was so, I was in love. Like, I was in love. Like, y'all, I was in love. I did end up getting terminated from my job, but I was like, I don't care. I'm in love. Like, but he was like, don't worry about nothing. You gonna be straight. And at this point, y'all know, had already moved to Clarksville. And I don't know if his mom and his granny and them knew it then, but he'll have me like go over there and pick up money to pay bills. So it was like, I ain't have to worry about no bills for real. My husband had it taken care of. I was a court date, like, bitch, finding out that he did have like a pending charge here in Clarksville. I ain't gonna cap, it broke my heart because I'm like, I probably done married somebody that I'm never probably gonna see in person. But I was like, and then, you know, he still had his juvenile charges down there in Nashville. So, babe, we was happy. Like, I don't care. Okay, y'all, so I had to get my cries out before I tell this next part of the story. Yeah. So he did get out. I was there every step of the way when he got out. I'm just gonna let y'all look at the videos and then we can go to the next part of the story.
Murder charge in Montgomery County. Apparently, the last trial setting, there were some significant issues there, is my understanding. That judge set a bond in Montgomery County, which he has made.
So he did end up getting out. We ended up taking a job together. I worked night shift. He worked day shift. Because I really didn't want him working at night because he was on an ankle monitor, and then the job that we took, it was in Kentucky. So I was like, nah, hell no, you gonna work this shift, I'll take this shift, and then, you know, we get paid on the same days, and then we at home on the same days. So we had got into like a really big argument because he was planning to go out of town without telling me. Mind y'all, he had already like been distanced. I had logged out his Instagram because I was like, I want to give him his space. Like, I want him to respect my space as well. So I had logged out of his Instagram, and he just became really distant. Like, he'll say he going somewhere, and I'll be like, where you at? I'm tracking a car at this point. Who ain't gonna track their Range Rover? Like, you crazy think I'm not gonna track it? So he ended up going out of town, but they wasn't scheduled to leave until like the next day. But he packed his bag the day before and left the house. I didn't hear from him for the night until like the next afternoon. And he finally called. He was like, baby, I'm on the beach, blah, blah, blah. You know, the normal. Because mind y'all, we just got into an argument. And, you know, I'm like really distant. I'm not distant at this point, but it's just like, you know, I'm still mad. So, you know, I'm going to let you have your moment. And then, you know, when you come back home, we can talk about it. When he came back home, we got into like a really big argument. And he packed his stuff. He was just like, I'm going to go stay with my uncle for a little while. But he was still coming home. Like, even when he moved out, he was still coming back home for like a couple weeks until I logged in on his Instagram. I went to Instagram. Mind y'all, I'm at work. Something was like, just go through the Instagram because me and him talked the day before. I mean, like, you know, I work overnight. So me and him, we was talking through the night. And then automatically, he stopped answering the phone. I'm like, nigga, it's 9 o'clock. You ain't sleep, ho. Yeah, I lost it. I was in disbelief. Like, man, y'all, I'm in the 3-bedroom townhouse, 1-car garage, 3 bath. Like, me and these kids, you done moved me way up here. Yeah, I lost it. Like, I was in disbelief. I lost it. So at this point, I done put a Benz in his name. I feel like I deserve it. Ain't no way. He finally shows up at the house, but I'm in the kitchen. I'm washing dishes. I hear him at the front door. I'm just ignoring him. He come around to the back. He see me washing the dishes at the sink, and he lit the window up. He like, so you not gonna let me in? I'm like, no, I'm not letting you in. He was like, so you done put a Benz in my name? I was like, you cheating on me like this girl. So at this point, I done opened the door. I done came out the house in, and like, he bring me back in the house. And I'm like, you cheating on me? Like, yeah, I lost it. Like, it was just like my world was crashing. Like, but I'm believing him at the same time. Like, you sitting here, you telling me, like, I know you lying, but it's just like I love him. So it's like, y'all don't know. The girl in the messages, she basically like, we about to have a baby. He divorcing you. Want to be with you no more. Basically, she was saying a whole lot of shit. Like, I be feeling like I'm over it until like I tell the story. He stopped coming home altogether at this point. I ain't heard from him in 2 weeks. And I got on Instagram and I see him post a picture with that girl. I was like, I just can't believe it. Like, I'm calling him at this point. Within them 2 weeks, I'm calling him. I'm asking him. I'm like, is you coming home? Like, I'm begging at this point. The same day he posted the girl, I ended up finding out I was pregnant. I was drinking and I was really sick. And I ended up going to Nova. I think that's the hospital that we have up here. I ended up going to Nova. And I found out I was pregnant. I was having a ectopic pregnancy as normal because my tubes are tied. And I ended up going to Centennial with my OB, and my OB was just like, we gonna go ahead and terminate the pregnancy, because I went in for like 4 weeks, 4.5. He was like, we gonna go ahead and terminate the pregnancy, and I was like, I'm cool with it, because at this point, like, it's over with. The marriage is over. So I, got back to normal life. I'm still here in Clarksville at that point. I ended up taking a job at Amazon. And one day I was coming out of work and I heard his voice. Mind you, I told you I haven't seen him. I was coming out of work and he was like, that's crazy. Like, you know how a nigga want you to hear them. I heard him tell somebody, hurry up and get up here. I hopped on the phone. I called Justin. I said, Justin, I think Demarian's here. He was like, Gina, don't do nothing crazy. Like, don't do nothing. So I ended up going to my car, and I was like, Justin, I'm going to call you back. I called my coworkers, because, like, me and my coworkers, like, we all done linked up in a group. We all cool. So I called my coworker. I was like, go outside and see if that's my husband. She went outside. She said, yeah, that's him. I was like, okay. I end up pulling off, going to the gas station, because at this point, I think Amazon, they give us like, 45-minute break. So they give him enough time to pick him up, and he can leave. When I was pulling back up, I seen her turn in front of me. But like when she turned in front of me, she brake checked me. So after she brake checked me, she turns in the parking lot. I turned in the parking lot right behind her. I need that. So I gets out the car. Demarian walking across. He like, Gina, stop. We ain't on that. What type of time I was on when she just told me she was going to fight me a week before. Baby, no ma'am. You got to see me. So she done locked him out the car. He pushing me out the car. He done got them and walked around the other side. She ain't popped that lock yet, because at this point, she know I'm yanking at the door. So she done slid the backpack through the window, like cracked the window a little bit and slid the backpack to him through the window. I done moved the window. Demarian, like, he look at her. He like, she hit you, baby. So who I'm next at? So he done pushed me. I'm like, and you going to jail too? Because at this point, I can't remember if I had order protection against him or not. But just when y'all thought I was done, no. Baby, we end up going to murder because I put an order of protection out on him. Do y'all know he brung his girlfriend? Oh, no, baby. I walked straight in that courtroom and I sit right behind him and I said, be over with. Y'all, skip back. This nigga called his mama up there to the courthouse like he's standing right there waiting on the edge. What your mama got to do with this? And I just hated that every time me and him got into it, he always involved his mama. Like, bro, we end up going to court. He up in the courtroom telling the judge that I done put my hands on his girlfriend at the Amazon. But the whole time the judge looking at him sideways like, how is this your girlfriend when you still legally married to her? Order protection granted. He wasn't hearing nothing. So a couple weeks go by, I'm still taunting him and terrorizing them hoes at this point. I don't give on talking. So I'm terrorizing them on social media, but I'm still in Nashville. So my kids was going to school in Clarksville, so every day I'm driving back and forth to Clarksville from Nashville to make sure they get to school or whatever. Until I found me another house back up here. I end up getting a call from a detective, and they was like, we need you here for questioning. I'm thinking, like, I don't know when they don't call me up. He got a girlfriend. Soon as I said something about the girlfriend, they said, do you know where her whereabouts are? I'm like, huh? I don't know what it's doing. Y'all ran away. She ran away. And they saying my hood kicked this goofy dumb. Yeah, the granny all on social media talking about Demarian done picked her up. I caught the
Baby, she done sit up here and marry a kid. I don't care what it looked like. It was a kid that she watched grow up in that little juvenile facility. He done went out to a jail and you done got married to this boy. Well, how much did you expect from this boy? Because the same way you got him is the same way you left him. You knew he wasn't nothing when you got involved with him, and now you were involved with him and you still ain't got nothing. Oh my gosh, how did you marry a kid? You supposed to be a guard. You supposed to be watching over him. And to see him in the same position he was in then, and then in this position now, and you said at every court date, and you wonder why they didn't call you back for that job, baby. They probably had private people watching to see if you was going to come in them courtrooms. That's why you lost your job. So you lost your job, got pregnant by him, lost the baby. You had your own kids, brought him in the household even though he was under investigation for red room, and then turned right back around. And now you put a protection order out on him and his girlfriend. Then proceeded to try to get into it with the girlfriend, baby. And then the girlfriend go missing, and then they looking at you as the first person of interest. Oh my gosh. Y'all, this is absolutely insane. But y'all let me know what y'all think down below. That's the end of this video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next video. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.